Good morning, I'm about to say Facebook, because I did something on Facebook, because Facebook kind of petty. But anyway, good morning. It's August the 1st, 2024. Summer is almost over here in the city of Michigan. But anyway, I want to do something quick before the camera says out of space. We had a little incident here on Sunday when the young lady was at a bus stop and this guy, it was in broad daylight. Now this was about 8:30, 8:40 in the morning. It's broad daylight like it is now. And someone caught him with his pants down, jacking off, trying to get an erection, right? Well, he already had one when he was jacking off, right? Behind this young lady. And so we had this Instagram, Facebook page that says crime in the deed, right? So the person posted the crime in the deed. They had videotaped and was talking, and the man walked away, you know. But I took pictures of the post, you know, so I'll have a picture of this individual. But what I want to say is this: we're going to have to stop letting our young people, boys, girls, our women, and our senior citizens, and the men too, but the senior citizens, we're going to have to bring the village back. The reason why a lot of this is going on because we allowed them to take the village away from us by dictating to us how to raise our children. You know, you can't do that, you can't do this. They took that power away from us. So now look at the results. Look at the results, and they sit there laughing. Ha 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 ha! I knew it'd work. You know, when they took that power from us, for us to raise our children the way we see fit. Now I understand this such thing as child abuse. I'm not talking about the child abuse part. I'm talking about the part where we used to be allowed to let the foot meet the ass, because sometimes they need that, you know. I'm not talking about the other stuff, you know. But we should, they didn't like the fact that we were raising our children better, even though we might not have the finances they had. But we allowed them to do that to us. They started taking kids out of home, using sex trafficking and all that type of stuff, you know, organs and all that stuff, you know. So my thing is, we gotta take our villages back. I don't care what state you live in or country, if you're not in Africa, because Africa, they keeping their villages. But if you're not in Africa and you are of African descent, or which is your ancestors was of African descent and taken away from Africa, and you're a result of enslaved African, you need to get them villages back. You need to get those villages back, okay? And this is why things are happening. The village got scared, letting these people scare them. The village need to come back and start scaring these people. Whoever is doing unnecessary stuff in your neighborhood, like at the bus stop in the broad daylight with your pants down, jacking off behind somebody, you know, and other things, breaking in houses and stuff like that. We gotta take our village back. We need to take our village back. I understand you don't want some people a part of the village. We still need a village. We need a village. We got to get out here. If I didn't have to work, I'd be out here. We got to get out here, protect these bus stops. We got to protect our blocks, our neighborhood. The village must return. village must return, because when we had villages, like when I was coming up, if you did something wrong and a neighbor on the block or in the area saw it, they told your parents. Okay? We got to get that back. Okay? And any young people on here, you need to listen and learn. Everybody ain't want to do anything to your children. We just want to correct them, because that's part of the village. Okay? Or tell you so you can correct them. But you can't be going all haywire and acting crazy, young people. And old people too. But basically young people. Now, we got to get our villages back in our neighborhoods, so we can cut out a lot of the things that's happening. That's the only way. They can make laws on top of laws on top of laws. They don't mean nothing. They just trying to get free labor out of people in prison, whether it be man or woman. Free labor. You know, and that's the 13th Amendment. You need to read. But yeah, we got to get our villages back. We got to start being more of a participant in the school system, instead of want to go up there and jump on a teacher or any other staff. Yeah, when children see that, hey, they feel like they can do whatever they want. You know, but you got to remember, as a parent, you ain't the baddest person out here. It's somebody badder than you. You know, so we gotta get our villages back. If you want to homeschool, do that. But we must teach our children their history, their correct history. And their correct history is the village. You know? And I'll be seeing some of y'all just acting too wild for me. I was wild, but when we was wild, we was a settled wild. Everybody know our business. Y'all just all up in the open, you know. And it don't make any sense. You know, half of y'all look like y'all belong on the stage or something, you know. But anyway, we got to get the village back. We got to get the village back. We can't depend on the government to help us, because they don't want us to have a village, you know. We got to get the village back. You know, we got to get our neighborhoods back. You know, keep that village going. You know, it's crazy. And we got to teach our kids better. Like, I'm going to give you a for instance. Teach your kids not to be all on other people's property, like their grass and stuff. And then when somebody come down there and tell you that your child is on their property, you want to, I'm talking about the young people, you want to holler and act crazy. You know, don't nobody want you all on their grass and stuff. You got to teach your children better, you know. Maybe, you know, if you don't have grass, if you live in an apartment, teach your kids to quit, you know, going and touching people's stuff. Don't nobody want you, you know, no, you don't want nobody messing with your things, but you think it's okay if your children do it, and the only thing you can say they're a child? No. They're doing what you taught them to do. Yes. And sometimes kids do follow other children. I understand that. But basically, they gonna, you know, do what you taught them to do. You know? And you gotta teach your child, if they're going to school, they need to be not worrying about who liked them and being popular and stuff, do their work and come home. School, it's a circus for some of these kids. It's a playground. It's like they think they grown when they're in school. They can do whatever they want. We got to change the narrative. of all this foolishness. Look at this nut. You tell he off. You know, so anyway, we got to, and another thing, we gotta remember the teachers, everybody have personality where they clash, okay? And your child shouldn't be so worried about if a teacher like them, because they're not there for a teacher to like them. They're there to get the education that the teacher provides, not, you know, they coming with the wrong thoughts. You can't, they can't go around the world worrying about who like them, you know. That's not the most important thing, you know. So it's like, let's take the village back. Let's take the village back. Our neighborhoods, our school system. Parents, you gotta quit. I mean, it seems like other things is more important to you than educating your child. You can't, you want the school system to do everything. The school system can't do everything. You know, you want them to teach them everything, and only thing you want to do that some of the parents have to do. They have to, as a parent, you know, give them a roof and food and clothes. That's all you want to do. You don't want to teach them nothing, but as soon as somebody says something to them, you all up in their face. Well, look at what you're doing. You want everybody to teach your kid but you. So, quit thinking that the school system is just supposed to teach them everything and you ain't supposed to do nothing. Teach your own kids stuff. They only going to school for the basics. Actually, they going to school to learn how to be a good employee. You know? All the extra stuff you gotta teach. And if you don't know, then you need to learn it so you can teach it. You know? The mother is the first teacher. The mother is the first teacher. You are the first teacher. So if you teaching your kids how to buck in the street and all that type of stuff, you know, yeah. But you want the school to do all the rest, no. And I understand some parents work, but you still got to teach your kids. We got to get back to that community. We got to get back to that. We got to get back to it. The village, people. Let's reclaim the village. So it's no, I can't really care about you. Excuse me, y'all. It's just people, they leave on time and quit rushing other people. You know? You want to rush other folks, leave on time. That don't make sense. And that's to anybody on here. Quit rushing people when you drive. Leave on time. Because my motto is, wherever you're going, gonna be there if you make it or not. And a lot of times people don't make it to where they're going because they too busy driving fast for no apparent reason. You know? It's not gonna happen to me. You ain't about to make me drive fast because you didn't have no sense to leave on time. Okay? But anyway, we gotta get our village back. Black African people. Okay? We gotta get that village back. We gotta get the village back, bond together. Okay, and remember, we don't own, as a black people as a whole, we don't own anything. Okay? You don't own the block. You don't own the streets. You live on the block. You live around the streets. Okay? We're trying to get the village together because at any time they can come and depopulate your street or your block, so you don't own it. Okay, we gotta get that out of our head. We just think we own everything. No, we don't own it, but we do own a village. Okay, we do own the village, and we need to get it back. We got to get it back because no one's gonna save our babies, our children, and as mothers, our children will be 50 years old and they're still our babies. Okay, so no one is gonna save us but us black people, black African people. Okay, so I'm saying that because we're all over the world, and they might use a different name than what we use here in America. So black African people, we have to do this ourselves. We have to get back to the village. Okay, we gotta get back to the village, because in the village we have elders. Okay, we gotta maybe appoint the older people with the knowledge as elders. Okay, we have the women, they had their thing. You know, the women need to get back to doing what they need to do. The older women need to get back to doing what we supposed to do. Sometimes mom might need to work because she have to bring in the money, and we need to help. We don't need to be killing nobody, and we don't need to be having sex with nobody. Okay, we need to help. If they need babysitters, okay, if they need the kids picked up from school, okay, the kids need help with homework and your expertise in certain things, you know, we need to get the village. Let's get it back. Let's get it back. Let's get it back. Okay, let's get it back. Let's start from there. Elect some elders. And elders, we don't need you having sex with these people. We don't need you going and using it as a front to get sex. We don't need that. Okay? We need you to train these young men, not rape them and have sex with them. Okay? We need you to be in charge of the area. Okay? Not forcefully. Okay? Because some people are not used to this, and we gotta, gradually get them into it. Okay, we need elders in the community. Okay, we need the young people to respect the elders when they speak. Not saying you have to do what they say, but you can at least listen, because it's this African saying that I love. Okay, it's a foolish fly. You know them flies that be getting on your nerves. It's a foolish fly that follow the corpse to the grave. It's a foolish fly that follow the corpse to the grave. I love that. You know what that means? The fly didn't have no guidance, or the fly didn't want to take any guidance. Okay? So we need to start there. Start with the elders. Start with the older women, helping these parents, whether it's your family, it's your neighbor, or whatever religious organization you belong to. We got to come back together as a village. Okay, we got to go at the schools. A lot of schools need the presence of men. You know what I'm saying? They don't mind you coming in to volunteer. You know, you ask them, how do you become a volunteer? And they will tell you the proper procedures of what to do to become a volunteer. Our children see women all the time. So we need some men coming up to the schools. We don't need you men to go in there raping them and molesting our babies and having sex with them. We need men up at the schools. Okay? We need the village to come back. So I'm going to do a part 2 of the village. This is part one, The Village. And everybody have a glorious day. Happy birthday, happy anniversary. Bye now.